if you are a university student and the holiday comes, or maybe you are just in holiday waiting for school to open, now studying can become very difficult, not because you want to, but because life gets busy. You find others are helping their parents with work, others maybe their parents are giving them work to do, more work to do, others they are managing their businesses, others are trying to do hustles, others doing that and that, others are just feeling lazy because maybe they will think that they need to relax, yeah, they need to rest. But our question for today is, how do you find time to study during the holiday? Now, this is what we are going to look at today. Now, wait until the end of the video because I'm going to break them into parts, and in part 3 I'm going to give you a clear step on how you can find time to study during the holiday without stressing yourself. Now let's get into the game. Part 1. The first part is, why is studying during the holiday very important? So studying during the holiday is very important and productive if done the right way. Firstly, the studying during the holiday prepares you for what? For next semester or next academic year. So you'll find that you'll be ahead of the semester. You have done some basics. You have watched some videos on the first topics. You have done the basics, because in one of my videos I said that what university requires is each and every topic you must know that topic like no man's business. So you find that when you are in the holiday, you have all the time you need. You have all the time. No one is controlling you that you are having a test on this day, but you have the time. You can replay, you can watch YouTube videos for you to understand a particular topic. So that's the first one. Why it's important studying during the holiday. And let me be clear about one thing. When I'm talking about studying during the holiday, studying during the holiday doesn't mean maybe finishing a lot of topics, doing more. Yeah, studying during the holiday, even doing just one topic, understanding it, practicing it, and solve some questions is what is important. So when I talk of studying during the holiday, it's not talking about studying a lot of things, even one or two topics. Imagine you are going for next semester and you have done like most the first topics, maybe one or two, understood them. At the end, it's going to give you an advantage when you enter your next semester or your next academic year. Now, the second part which is part 2. Holidays are for fixing what? For fixing mistakes and building what? Building habits. So when we are talking about holidays, this is the time for you to think of the mistakes you made. Maybe you were managing time, but you were not managing your time well. This is your time to train yourself. Now, when you try to study during the holiday, it's going to give you a chance to practice how to manage your time. For example, you want to improve your focus so that in 1 hour you can study something productive in that 1 hour. At the end, you are fixing your mistake. For example, you used to wake up late. You used to be waking up late. The holiday is the best time for you to fix that mistake. When going about talking about habits, building habits, again, the holiday is the best time you can build your habits, because just as I said, like waking up early, sleeping early, all those are habits that you should develop. Again, I said in one of my videos that university requires you to have good habits. Now, when I'm talking about habits, they don't just come. Those people who are performing well, who have good habits, they develop those good habits. Now, for example, in the later step, I'm going to talk about we are going to plan our day. Yeah. So you're going to find that day you are going to be used that at this particular time in the morning I do this and this and this. At the end, you are building good habits and confidence in yourself. So the part 2 is holidays are for fixing mistakes and building habits, which leads us now to what this video is about, which is part 3. Now, when we are talking about part 3, part 3 is how do we now find time to study during the holiday. Well, finding time finding time to study during the holiday, I have prepared it for you in this way. I've put it in 2 steps. So the first step on how you can find time to study during the holiday, the first step is write one goal for the month. Each month, maybe you are remaining with 1 month to open. Write one goal. So for example, when I'm talking about a goal, it can be maybe we have many goals. Yeah, for example, it can be maybe you have to, when the school opens, you have enough money to pay for some things or what and what, or also you need like to have knowledge, some basics, what and what. But here is the thing: when you're talking about this goal, it should be one thing, but it should be in a way that it incorporates maybe 2 things or 3 things. For example, you study, you find ways of making money, and maybe the third one. Now, how do you incorporate this one into a one goal? For example, as myself, I'm a content creator. Yeah, like I teach on YouTube. There are some topics I teach on YouTube. Also, there are some documents I make, what and what. So, but for me, for that to be possible, the first thing is I should study so that I know what I'm teaching. You are getting the point. For example, these academic tips that I'm giving, for me to know them, it should be through what? Through experience. When I'm studying, I find a solution. Now, so for me, you are seeing the point there. Studying might not be the goal, but for me to achieve that goal, I should be studying. At the end, you are killing 2 birds with with 1 stone. So make your goal in a way that it incorporates maybe 2 or 3 things. So after writing one big goal for the month, now that's what it leads us to the second thing. The second thing is divide it into into projects. So this project, they shouldn't be many. Like for 1 month, just say maybe three projects. Just as I said, now you are breaking that goal. For example, you should be studying. You should be maybe there's something you are doing, maybe business. So you are working maybe from this time to this time. You are working. Yeah, that's your project. Another project again. So make it into 3 projects. So that's the second step. The second step now, which is the third step, make a weekly timetable. Now, don't confuse this. When you're talking about a weekly timetable, don't put other things, other projects like maybe working, what and what. This timetable is just for studies. So it is a simple timetable, simple weekly timetable. So what do you do on Monday? What are you going to be studying? And my advice for you is, for the holiday, just pick 1 course per day. Don't overload it. Yeah. So 1 course per day. So make a weekly timetable. On Monday, I'm going to be studying this. On Tuesday, I'm going to be studying this. That's the second step. After making your weekly timetable, which leads us now the daily schedule. Now make a daily schedule. Now, when I'm talking about a daily schedule, you should be knowing what you do in each day. Now, things for this video, our aim is to make things as simple as possible. Now, when you're talking about the daily schedule, now the first thing for the daily timetable, the daily schedule is, the first thing, assign 3 main tasks that you should do in each particular day. For example, myself, what I do is, first task might be shoot a video. Yeah, it might be shoot a video. The second one, study maybe mathematics. The third one also, it can be, I don't know, it can be maybe something, come up with a video idea or what. Yeah, so at the end, I'm going to have 3 tasks. But you are going to see that for me to shoot a video, I should write a script, I should do that, and also study and that. So which leads us to the second thing, but it's still in the same step. Yeah, so after writing your 3 main tasks, then assign what you are going to do at each particular time. For example, in the morning, what are you going to do? In the afternoon, what are you going to do? In the evening, what are you going to do? But like for me, how it goes, it's like this. In the morning, when I wake up, or when you wake up, try to do something. Maybe it can be business thing, or maybe first you study. After studying, like myself, I'm going to be giving an example like myself, so that you also have a clear understanding. So the second thing, maybe after studying, I'll maybe write a script. Yeah, write a script for my video. The second thing, after writing a script, then those are the two things. I need to somehow rest. What do I do after this? That's when now I do some cleaning, or maybe washing some plates as I stay alone. Yeah, so I do those things after studying and what, and doing something productive. Yeah, so after doing that, then we go to the afternoon. The afternoon, the first thing maybe might be reading something. Maybe it can be just something to improve my knowledge. It can be in terms of what of my career, civil engineering or business, yeah, or all those things. Just reading something that is improving, maybe personally, spiritually, what and what, yeah. And that should be done to someone who likes reading. If you don't like reading, maybe you'll be watching it, can be on YouTube, what, or maybe television, what else, yeah. So that's the first thing for the afternoon. The second thing, maybe it's lunch and what, and exercising. Exercising, if you do exercise. So these are just examples. So that's that's your second thing in the afternoon. The last thing maybe in the afternoon, again, I don't know, it can be maybe doing something productive. Yeah, we go to the evening. The evening, again, maybe the first thing in the evening, maybe it's 19 hours. Maybe you spend time with your family. Yeah, or maybe if you don't want to spend time with your family, maybe you study or do something productive. Yeah, but your aim is just to make sure that your 3 main tasks are done. But for me, you find that they are already done currently. You find that they are already done. It's either in the morning or in the afternoon. So in the evening, I'll be just doing things that are productive. Not even productive, but that are just refreshing my mind and preparing me for the next day. For example, after maybe studying or coming up with an idea, video idea, like for me in the evening, 3 tasks again. The next thing might be maybe plan the next day. After planning the next day, the last thing maybe I'll do is read the Bible, have a word of God. That's the last thing. Then sleep as early as possible. Then that's all. That's all. The day is done. And when you are going to be repeating this process, try it for 1 week. You won't be perfect, but try it the next week again. You'll find that you do what, you improve yourself, not only in academics but just personally. You improve yourself. At the end, you are going to build a habit that is, even when you come, when school opens, you know how to manage your day. You know how to plan, and that's what university requires. That's what success in university requires. Now, the last part, which is part 4. Part 4 is just a review and adjust. At the end of the week, adjust and review. What worked, what didn't work, when didn't I start? Yeah. So you might fail, it's normal. And myself, I tried for 1 week. Sometimes a day passes, I do nothing because I was demotivated, what and what, but I tried again. Yeah, so that's how you do it. So the last part is just review and adjust. So this is how you can find time to study during the holiday. Now, talking about how to find time, how to study during the holiday, I've prepared something that can really help you, and that one is is a holiday study template. So if you just want it, just inbox me on the number that's appearing on your screen on my WhatsApp, or email me on my email. So I've already prepared it for you. It has, first, you just need to fill in. For example, what's your goal for the month? Secondly, your weekly timetable, you just fill. So you don't have to plan. I've made things easier for you, and at the end, it can either be through WhatsApp. I will explain how to use it, but it's so simple. The third thing, also, you're planning your day. The day is already planned for you. You just have to you have to fill in. Yeah, so I've already prepared the study holiday study template. You just have to inbox me, but it's not free. Yeah, but again, it's very cheap. The reason I made it for sale, I want you to be serious with your goals. I want you to start being serious, because people get things but they don't use them. Yeah, so but when you pay for it, you are going to do what? You are going to be serious, and it's even just 20 kwacha, which is $1. Yeah, so just 20 kwacha. So just inbox me, and I'm going to send you the template. I'm going to send you the template or the link. Yeah, so Thank you for watching. If you have come to the end of this video, and I'm really glad, and because you are growing every day, you are learning every day. So don't forget to like and subscribe and share to a friend or someone you care about. And bye for now.